Hi folks, Kevin McCormick here with the McCormick View. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. We hope that you keep the comments coming to the show. Let us know what you think about the topics that we're talking about. We love to hear your suggestions for other topics that you would like for us to cover. What I want to talk to you today, folks, about is a book that I just recently read, and it's called Our Black Year, and it's written by Maggie Anderson. Maggie Anderson along with Ted Gregory. This book, folks, focuses on a microeconomic situation in metropolitan Chicago where Maggie Anderson conducted an experiment for an entire year where she wanted to redirect her family's discretionary income towards exclusively black-owned businesses. Now, you would think in metropolitan Chicago that wouldn't really be that much of a problem, being as big as Chicago is and as many African Americans that live in the Chicago area. But if you read the book, folks, you'll find the struggles that she had to go through to really keep her experiment going for an entire year, to spend all of her discretionary income exclusively with black-owned businesses. A very moving read, a very moving story that she's put in this book, folks. I strongly encourage you to read this book. It's phenomenal what she had to go through and how she chronicles the struggles that her family had to do that. You would think something as simple as a dry cleaning store that you would be able to find a black-owned dry cleaner in order to consistently get your clothes clean. But not so, as chronicled by Maggie Anderson in this book here. Perhaps going to a black-owned car wash to get your car washed periodically. Not very easy to do. Not as easy to do as you might think. So while there were some easy things that she could do, going to a hair salon or going to a restaurant that were black-owned, there were many other things that were very difficult for them. Some of them things that we take for granted, like getting our car washed, like taking our clothes to the cleaners, like going to get a coffee, a latte, or something of that nature. She chronicles all of that in the book, Our Black Year, Maggie Anderson does. She also has some very fascinating statistics in the book, folks. One of which is called the amount of time that a dollar circulates within a given ethnic community. When a dollar is spent in an Asian community, it circulates within that community for about 28 days. When a dollar is spent in the Jewish community, it circulates within that community for about 20 days. For the white community that's not Jewish, it's about 17 days. Folks, a dollar that gets spent in the black community circulates within the black community for 6 hours. 6 hours. It's not even a whole day, folks. Not even a whole day. And that's really, really unfortunate on a lot of different for a lot of different reasons. That's unfortunate. 6 hours is how long the dollar circulates within the black community. So while the hair salon that you go to might be black-owned, the hair supply place that the salon's buying their products from is not black-owned, and that dollar would then immediately leave the black community. So the restaurant that you go to sit down and eat might be black-owned, but the groceries that you go to have your Sunday dinner or whatever, the grocery store is not black-owned. It's that simple. That's how quickly a dollar leaves the black community. And this is a phenomenon that seems to afflict primarily the African American community here in the United States. It doesn't seem to affect the other ethnic communities in the country to any great extent. Hispanic, Latinos, Jewish, Asian, and other ethnicities seem to have a very strong community focus where when they do business within their community for as long as they can before that dollar leaves the circulation of that community. Not quite sure why. We can't do that in the African American community. But Maggie begins to explore that in this book, Our Black Year. She begins to take that on and tries to come up with some solutions and possibilities as to A, why it happens and how it might be able to be corrected. Certainly more black-owned businesses in the retail sector, mom and pop type things like grocery stores and car washes and things of that nature are necessary, but it takes time and capital and experience and a lot of other factors to get those kind of businesses up and running. So there's a huge effort that goes into this. Folks, I strongly encourage you to read this book, Our Black Year, by Maggie Anderson, written with Ted Gregory. It's a fascinating economic study of black business in America, and certainly it just touches the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more study that needs to be done on this phenomenon. There's a lot more work that needs to be done by us to help bolster the black business community and help our dollars circulate more robustly within the community than they do currently. Folks, I'm Kevin McCormick. This is the McCormick View. Strongly encourage you to read Our Black Year by Maggie Anderson. You can find a link to the book, folks, on our website, alchemediacreative.com. where we'll take you straight to a place where you can buy the book at that point. I thank you so much for tuning in. Please read the book, Our Black Year by Maggie Anderson. Keep talking to us. Let us know how you like the show, what you like and what you don't like. Follow us on all the different channels that we're on, Twitter, Facebook. You can see all that stuff on the screen as we go throughout our program today. Folks, I'm Kevin McCormick. Thanks for tuning in to the McCormick View. And until next time, please go out and do something great today. Thank you, folks. Take care.